Family traditions are built at the table, but they start right here in the kitchen. I'm Chef Robert Irvine, and along with Stop and Shop, together we're going to show you how to make memories in your very own kitchen. This episode, we're going to be making a frittata, breakfast frittata with biscuits and a special smoothie. We'll get to the smoothie afterwards, but if you hear a lot of noise, it's actually thundering and lightning right now. It's kind of scary, but kind of cool at the same time. So, we're going to start with making biscuits. Now, if you've never made biscuits, this is a foolproof recipe. If Robert Irvine can make it and he is not a baker, you can make it at home. And it starts with all-purpose flour. Into a bowl, we're going to take some butter and some shortening. In goes baking soda and salt. So I'm just mixing, getting it kind of nice and happy. The fat is soft, so the butter and the shortening is soft at room temperature, so it goes in really easy. There's that thunder. Woo-hoo-hoo! In goes my buttermilk. I'm going to stir all that together. Remember, I'm not overworking it. I'm keeping it nice and light. I'm not beating it to death, because the more I beat it to death, the more gluten comes through. And I don't want tight biscuits. I want nice and fluffy biscuits. And this is something you get your kids involved in too. Starting to see all the flour incorporated. I don't mind a little bit on the board, but I'm going to show you what I do with this to make cleanup a lot easier. So there it is, pretty much like that, right? You can see it. Now, I have a baking pan, a sheet pan here. I'm literally going to turn this out onto a sheet pan. I'm going to take a rolling pin, and I'm just going to roll this out. If you get stickies like this, I'm going to get some flour. Hang on a minute. Here we go. A little bit of flour. And remember, not every bag of flour absorbs the same amount of liquid as the other one. So it's okay to add a little bit of flour. All right. Then we take a ring cutter and we cut the cookies or the biscuits out. Now, if you don't have one of these, we can take the cup and we can actually cut one out with a cup. Or we can take a can, a small can, take off the top and the bottom, wash it out, dry it out, and use the can. All right. Biscuits onto our sheet. Now at this point, I don't really have to do anything else to it. All I do, put it in the oven and it will cook. Now obviously, they're going to take about 20 minutes to cook. I've already started some, but I'm going to put them in the oven to cook. Remember what I said, the fun part is cleanup. We take all this, move it, and I've still got a clean board. I get rid of my garbage. So frittata, a vegetable frittata. Now this reminds me of years and years ago. I used to travel the world when I was in the Navy, and I'd go to Spain. I would have a frittata, either cold or hot. This time we're going to make it hot. I'm not going to put anything but vegetables in it, but you could put chicken, you could put prosciutto, you could put shrimp, you could put whatever you want in this. It's basically an amazing dish of flavor. Get the pan nice and hot. Remember, I always start with the pan first, get the pan hot. We've got some onions, diced onions, some little broccoli florets, and kale. Now, pan hot, oil into the pan. While the pan is getting hot now, I'm going to take a mixing bowl, some eggs. All right, I'm gonna add to that a little bit of milk, and I'm gonna whisk. And it gets covered in milk. And if that happens, you just start having a Robert Irvine, so laugh at it, it's okay. I make so many mistakes in the kitchen, and it's okay to make mistakes. I don't know any perfect cook out there. The milk helps to thin the eggs down. Make sure it's nicely incorporated. I'm gonna take a little bit of salt and pepper. And I only use, guys, salt, sea salt that I've ground down. You can use iodized salt or kosher salt. And I use fresh ground pepper. I prefer it when it's fresh because the flavor of the natural oils are in there. If you don't have it, not a big deal. All right, so I've got my eggs ready. I'm gonna take my onions. There's that nice sound that we like, onions. My broccoli in next. Now remember, broccoli and onions are gonna take a little longer than kale. And basically all we're doing here is starting the process of cooking. When I put the frittata in the oven, all I wanna do is make sure that it cooks evenly. Now remember, if I don't cook the broccoli, it's gonna be raw in the middle of the frittata. I season as I go along, so just because I've seasoned the eggs doesn't mean the vegetables are seasoned. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. It's the French in me. And don't forget, you can put anything in this. Substitutions are easy. It doesn't matter what it is, right? At this point, I'm going to take my kale. Just going to check my biscuits, make sure they're good. Ooh! The biscuits are rising. Just take a tad more oil in there. Don't rush this, because the more you rush it, then the vegetables won't be that cooked and it won't be a great experience. That's what it should look like. I mean, look at that. I mean, beautiful, green, vibrant vegetables. So, we're gonna take our pan, a new pan, a little omelet pan. I'm gonna spray it a little bit, just so it doesn't stick. I'm gonna take my eggs, which I have nicely whipped up, and put in my eggs. Now, here's a trick, a little spatula, and I'm gonna start to cook the eggs by just moving it, because this is gonna help me when I put it in the oven, get everything nice and together. You can see the ribbons of the egg start. There, look at that. Now, you can see that start to come out, look, just like that. At this point, I'm gonna start to add some of my vegetables. Ooh, yeah. Now, I put the vegetables in, you can see it right here. I'm gonna let the crust or the base of this settle. Because if I start to move it now and I put it in the oven, it's just gonna fall apart. I wanted to make sure it's got a nice, there we are. You can see as I set the egg is solid around the vegetables. Now, I'm gonna put it in the oven. Oh, I forgot one ingredient. Wouldn't be a frittata without cheese, would it? Woo. Now in this dish, we're all about flavor and richness. Don't be afraid about the cheese. Into the oven. So I've got the biscuits in there. I've got the frittata in there. Just clean this up, get rid of that. All right, so just because we've got that, the biscuits and the frittata in the oven, I thought we'd do something cool. You can make, or the kids can make, strawberry shakes, smoothies. I've chosen to make a green smoothie, spinach, apples, apple juice, really anything that you want to put in it, you can put in it. Blend it, put it into a glass. You can use carrots. I mean, it literally is really up to you what you want to use for this. Remember, food is supposed to be fun. Cooking is not supposed to be a burden. So get all the family involved. A family that cooks together, has fun together, food, fitness, and fun, they all go together. I think it's a bonding moment for me, especially when my kids were young, to cook with them, have some fun with them, and you know, let them clean up too. All right. Frittata is in the oven. Don't take it out too early. I'd rather give it an extra couple of minutes, which is what I'm doing now. And the test to this is when it comes out, we have a nice knife, or you can use a toothpick. We put it in, I'll show you that in a second when we take it out. And if it comes out nice and clean, that means it's cooked. If it comes out a little wet, it needs a couple more minutes, okay? The moment of truth, right now. Oh! So, I'm gonna put them here so you can see the biscuits. Look at them. And you know they're cooked. Little hollow on the inside. Very nice. Let them cool down a minute. They're sexy, sexy biscuits. Oh yeah. Now here's the trick. Here's the trick. You can see the frittata. Just loosen the edges up. Now, sit on there for a second. What I want to do is let it cool just a minute and set up. Remember, hot eggs are like lava. So we want to take it out of that 375-degree oven and just let it settle down for a minute. Let it get its feeling. Then I'll loosen it again and tip it out and a frittata. Now I've made probably enough for, this will make about enough for 4. But if I wanted to do it in the big pan, and you have a big family, you can slice it up and do, you know, different things. Just gonna make sure that it's a little cooler because it's really hot right now. This is where we, moment of truth. Moment of truth. No. You ready for this? Watch. All right. Now, here's a cool thing. I can take a knife. Let's put it on the board for a second. All right, look at this. So there you go, folks. A fantastic frittata with fresh vegetables, homemade biscuits, and I said homemade biscuits done simply, and a juice. What better way to start the day? Breakfast of champions. Cooking is supposed to be fun. Don't make it a chore. I want to say thanks for cooking with me today, and thanks to Stop and Shop. I'll be teaching you some new recipes to bring to your table over the next couple of weeks. You can also find more in my book, Family Table, or head to stopandshop.com/@the-table, or just visit your local Stop and Shop to get great ingredients, and also say thank you to all them associates. They're doing such a great job keeping the store full for us. Until next time, stay well, stay healthy, love each other, and do lots of cooking. See ya.